We have seen a dramatic number of case increases, particularly over recent days, not just in Kansas City, Missouri, but throughout the metro. And we're trying to take, I think, some steps today, some important steps today, to ensure that we're limiting the spread of COVID-19. In our 9th amended order, which is now available online at kcmo.gov, we announced the following. One, that we're removing the 50% occupancy limit, except for bars and taverns. And so we're removing the 50% occupancy limit except for bars and taverns. But somewhat more significant, we're requiring face coverings when indoors in all public accommodations. And so requiring face coverings in all public accommodations. What are public accommodations, you might ask? Most any venue that is not a private home, a private club, or some sort of private establishment where folks go in and out. So your grocery stores, any number of buildings, not unlike this one, will require you to have face coverings when you enter. Our order will go into effect on Monday, June 29, and will run for a period of 2 weeks, and which time we'll evaluate once again to see if it's necessary. We have had many questions relating to the equity of orders like this one, and we are mindful of that. That's why Kansas City, and I've talked to Dr. Archer about it already, will, using funding that we've received relating to the CARES Act, be providing masks to those who will need them by placing them at community centers and partnering with social service agencies to ensure that we can provide masks to all those who may need them. We also continue to encourage all Kansas City businesses to make masks available to the extent they can, and will note that it is important for all businesses to comply. This is not a rule where we're looking to have, let's say, individual interactions, the police stopping an individual walking down the street. Instead, this will be complaint-based as relates to Kansas City businesses. There will be a few exemptions to the rule connecting to wearing masks indoors. One of those exemptions relates to minors, but we will note that there is strong guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and our own Kansas City Health Department that children over age 2 should wear face coverings, but minors will be a broadly exempted group under the order. We'll also note that people who have disabilities that prevent them from comfortably wearing or taking off face coverings, or that prevent them from communicating while wearing face coverings, or who have respiratory conditions, or who've been told by medical, legal, or behavioral health professionals not to wear face coverings, will not need to do so. There's also a question as it relates to restaurants and taverns. Our direction is that all those who are not actively engaged in consuming food or drink, while adequately distanced, of course, should be wearing face coverings. So if you just sit at a bar all night, I guess, to watch everything, for whatever reason, then you should actually be wearing face coverings during that time. Again, I just wanted to take a moment before I turn it over to our healthcare professionals to note why we're taking this step. As we noted, Kansas City, Missouri has already had 3,236 confirmed cases. And sadly, at this point, 56 deaths. In our metro area, we're closer to 7,000 cases and 227 deaths. We've also seen that the Kansas City metropolitan area has broken records just this week, with 194 new cases on Wednesday. Our previous record was 193 new cases on June the 19th. We also see that in a number of other jurisdictions around our country, these rules have been applied, both in blue states, red, purple states, etc. And importantly for us, it isn't a political issue. Instead, it's an issue that's keeping people safe and hopefully saving lives.